This week's skill, the cartwheel. Starting with the lunge, once again, we're going to finish in our opposite lunge. So if you need to practice that opposite leg lunge, maybe start there. Something like this where you're switching lunges using the wall might help you to get familiar with how you're going to start and how you're going to end. Remembering everything that we did in the handstand, reaching out and reaching forward through the lunge and not reaching down. Everything you do until you touch the floor should be the same as the handstand. Let's start down here and we'll go over what we're going to do with our hands. As we're about to transfer our weight to our hands, we turn our first hand 90 degrees to the side, and our second hand will turn 180 degrees all the way around so it's pointing back towards you. Your hands will go down 1, 2, not at the same time. This will help make it easier to get to the finishing lunge. Our back leg needs to drive from here in the beginning all the way over the rainbow to the other side of the gym. We're trying to kick that back leg past here where our hands were in the lunge so that the kicking leg is pulling you to the other side. At the same time, we need to push through the floor with your front leg here, extending that split. Please, again, do not move your head. It will only shift your weight when you're on your hands, and it will make it a lot harder to focus on what matters. It'll end up steering you off to the side. When you're upside down on your hands, you shouldn't have much time to look at your hands, so try and get the hang of this early on, where you're not looking up in the middle, just keeping that head in. When you kick over and you get upside down, try and start spotting the floor coming off of your hands. When we make our way up to the back handspring, I'm going to bring this up a lot, trying to make sure that when we're coming off our hands, that we're looking for our feet first and not lifting that head up. I'll bring this up for every skill if I'm honest, because if we're landing with our head up, we're going to be falling forward out the front a lot. It's more important to look for the floor underneath your feet in your landing than underneath your hands or above your head in the middle of your skill, in my opinion. That was something that I always used to think about because it helped me to know where the floor was all the time. After the kick, push, and split, all we really need to do is focus on how we're stepping down and holding the opposite lunge on the far side. At this point, I'm already spotting the floor. That way I already know my head is in. This makes it a lot easier to keep the hands up at the end also. Remember, the lunge has a bent front leg, so if you're landing with straight legs, you will probably end up like this at the end. That shape will repeat itself throughout your tumbling pass if that's how you train it to be. So if you think the small things don't matter, they matter a lot more than you think. From lunge to first hand to second hand to front leg opposite lunge, when your back leg touches down, it should be smooth and even with the timing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, maintaining the line from lunge to lunge. You want to make sure you're only touching the floor with 2 points of contact at the most at all times. So if both feet are on the floor, we shouldn't have hands on the floor yet. So we want both feet starting in the lunge, front foot and first hand to both hands to second hand and front leg, and then both feet ending in the lunge again. Those are all the pieces, but they call it a cartwheel for a reason. It needs to have continuous momentum. It needs to be a rolling skill. Keep it smooth all the way through, and this will only help you to build on this moving forward. When you're confident that it's smooth and rolling, you want to add a little push or pop through your shoulders when you get that second hand to the floor. So it'll be 1, 2, keeping your head in, of course, when you push. Go over pushing and holding your split, coming off your hands and holding this shape here as best you can, and also hopping from that leg to the back leg, still maintaining that split and line like this. These few things will help you with some body control before we get to that round off. This is where we need to start getting comfortable with some speed, because next week when we go over the round off, this is when we're really going to need to start getting some momentum going. I'll see you guys next week.